Welcome to Audio Bros, the podcast that gives you multiple perspectives on today's hottest topics. Hosted by NicoPengin, Fred in Progress, and Jess Freeman. If you're looking for some inspiration from and for normal people, or simply want to know the bros a little more, you better open up your mind to the fresh perspective that's coming your way right now.
And now, welcome to the next episode of Argue Bros, where you got Jess Freeman and Fred in Progress, and your host, NicoPengin, in the building, where we gonna just have a normal conversation for once in our lives.
Can we talk about how I feel like you almost forgot you were the host?
Oh, co-host, excuse me. Co-host.
Nah, you're the host. You just felt like you were gonna forget that you were the host for a second there. Felt like you were about to name somebody else the host.
Bro, I really was. I was like, "Yo, who's the host?"
His government, guys.
No, I was thinking because I also co-host for Pen for Hire, so I was just like,
oh, you forgot where you was at.
Yeah, and then how last week or this week, sometime this week, where I was a guest somewhere and I got introduced, so I still had that.
I forgot you go on another pod, man. You dipping waters elsewhere, eh?
Yeah. I was like, yo, what am I doing? But anyways, I saw a funny headline in the news: officer overdosed on drugs. Bruh, you cannot make this up. Shout out Kevin Samuels.
Duty? Like on duty?
No, they found him at his crib, overdosed. Like,
somebody called the.
But did he have his uniform on?
He was on paid administrative leave. Like, that's one of the most annoying things I like seeing.
Before he did the overdose?
Nah, he was paid to leave because of the overdose.
Wait, what? So wait, his repercussions so far are just like paid leave?
Yep, it's like a free vacation, bro.
He can overdose more on the vacation, and he can pay too. The free time and the money. Like, whoa,
yeah, he getting paid.
Now he has the experience as well, so it's like, I took like a couple grams too much this time. This time it's not gonna be like last time. It's not gonna be like last time, fam. He know what grammage you take this time.
They gave him
last time. I'm watching Scarface.
Yo, you wildin'. Yo, that's so fun. And even funnier, and they gave the off, and it's two officers, not just one. They gave them both medical attention. So it's like, not only did they find them drugged out their minds, they gave them free healthcare.
Like, that is actually funny. They tripping together. Do you know what they were on?
Oh, let me see here. It doesn't say. It just says that they were under the influence of something and it didn't look well.
If we get paid to get high, then we have all these crackheads on the corner that could be police officers. All these homeless. we found a solution, my people.
Hey,
repurpose them.
Hey, that's so true, because you know what I'm saying? Like, the police count is kind of low, so just grab them off the streets, put a uniform on, they're already doing the pipe.
Man, I wonder though how many police officers do drugs though. Real talk.
Man,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised as a high number, to be honest, though.
That's a scary question. If you asked that to like a police chief, like, how much of your staff smokes crack?
Hey, I'm gonna get arrested for nothing.
How many of us? All of us.
Yo, you ask that kind of question, you go out, you leave a couple days later, you're just like, yo, is this car following me? Start asking the wrong questions. The wrong people.
It's like, yo,
let somebody know before you feel careless like that.
I'm gonna call for the police and they're already there.
On a tree.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how'd y'all get here so quick?
Oh, don't worry, we was in the area. right outside my window. We was in the area.
Hey, look, we know you got a following, and we just wanted to ask you, like, why'd you have to ask that question on the interview? What they must have a special room for where they store the stuff, right?
Yeah. They have that, and it's difficult to get it from the movies and make it look easy. I forgot what it's called. I think it's lockup or something like that. They make it look easy to steal from, but in reality, it should be difficult. But I mean, everything's managed by people, and people are manipulated and faulty. So I wouldn't be surprised if they can easily get stuff out of there.
But talking about people that can be manipulated in government, an off-duty DEA officer brought his government-issued gun to the Capitol riot, and he initially got scot-free because he got a friend in the FBI that lied for him.
That's not all that emphasizes is that everyone's human. All that emphasizes everyone human. That's crazy. That man he brought his he registered firearm
Yes.
for his job. Wait, did he
Yes.
live in the state?
I don't know,
Or
but that
did he traverse the United States? You know.
for me, that's
Oh
kind
my
of
god, he got his
hilarious.
badge too. He said, "Hey, I'm undercover, dog." He said, "I'm undercover." Oh my god, that man wilding, dude. That man is wilding.
Bro, like, yo, Trump.
It's crazy. We're the most gunned up state. How is civil war not going to happen at some point?
That's tough.
Because like all the other third world countries and everything, everyone fighting each other. I'm like, we have so many guns. All we need is a spark, and we could go into war. Obviously, we have the systems in place that stop that and repercussions, and us as humans like to live, majority of us, and so we wouldn't go to that extreme. But I'm just saying, like the guns per capita is generally hilarious. Like the possibilities that Americans have to kill each other, basically.
I mean, when you have somebody in the FBI and in the DEA that's willing to lie, that's tough. Like, that's tough.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, everyone's human. One and two is just that same with like, so for example, you know your Walmart coworker stealing, because if I don't know if you guys new listeners, we all have Walmart experience. So if you knew your Walmart associate was stealing and you've known them for like 2 to 10 years, because a lot of them been in those positions for a long time, would you report their stealing or just like whatever?
I plead the fifth.
Good answer. Good answer. What about you, Justin? What about you?
I don't even know what you're talking about. And that's what I'm gonna tell everybody.
Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. I showed up to work and I clocked in, I clocked out. What you talking about?
Yeah, I plead the fifth. Like, you ain't paying me to snitch. What the heck?
Hey, bro. Hey, hold up now.
Isn't that a whole nother job?
Like,
yeah,
what do you mean,
asset
like
protection.
Yeah, asset protection is like, you're not paying me asset protection money. I'm just a normal service level. I'm minimum wage. You gotta pay me at least, extra $5, $10, $15, $20. And that's if I feel like doing that, which I
gotta see some. Yeah, exactly. Because then afterwards, it's more than just money and trading some money in. So I can understand if you think about like, on the humanitarian aspect, like they've probably been together for so many years. Mm-hmm. That they build such a relationship that of course they're gonna lie for each other. Of course they're real close, and then so that's why I completely expect and understand like people in power are way more inclined to do things for the people next to them instead of the people they're supposed to protect, which is the public.
But like how pea-sized brain do you have to be to bring your government issued gun, your badge,
that just shows confidence. That's confidence right there.
You're capable of getting your friend to lie. And these dudes got to take oaths. Like, there's just like, did you really think this through, or like you just
the
really
oath is a marketing psychology ploy, fam? just like with anything else, it literally just some people believe in it, and for most, it's just a great way to make the public believe in them. Just like the oath, man. We gonna stand by that. I don't believe that because the oath is just words. Everyone depends on the person who really accepts that. And over time, corruption.
You want to know a fun fact?
Bro, he said under oath.
There are gangs within the police system. There are gangs within the policing system.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
They would all have the same specific tattoo depending on their unit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's why it's dangerous in general. But I mean, like, there's actually a really good article. It's like a deep dive into it where somebody did a lot of research into it. I have to see where it's at again. But it's like 10 to 20 articles, a compilation of all the gangs in like LA, GA, and a few other states that they know about and that still exist, like still working, like the names and everything. It's like, and we still ain't doing nothing about it because we're talking about police. The police unions.
Who's going to police the police?
But there's caveats to that though. Like, I'm all for, like, police are ruining everything, but I'm also all for we need to have a replacement. But change is going to take a while to happen because there's so much power involved that even slight change won't really affect much.
I mean, haven't you?
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't push for change. But I mean, just in general, it's going to take a while, and we have to target it correctly. And literally, people on both sides are difficult to deal with.
But haven't you played San Andreas, bro? Didn't you see how hard it was when you played San Andreas? How hard it was to be able to get that corrupt officer to get locked up? You had to beat the whole game, and that's a video game. You had to beat the whole game in order to get the corrupt police officer that will steal drugs and then use them, just like what that article looked like, and then not only frame him pretty much, but also expose his secrets. Expose everything that he's done, every person that he's blackmailed over the coming years, every person that he's had contacts with that he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
And that was a video game. And even in the video game, it was hard. Imagine how it is in real life to get some corrupt officials out of office, getting corrupt police officers out of duty.
I think it's going to be a while in general. For any just like with any change of anything, you first have to replace the old, and to replace the old, you're gonna have a lot of withdrawals because replacing the old requires destruction.
But as you replace the old, you're gonna have the new upcoming, academy student police officers that are learning from the old that are corrupt.
I'm not talking. No. I'm talking about like the system in general, like replacing all of it.
Oh, the whole system.
Yeah, and that's something that's like a revitalization, and that will require like government intervention on a United States presidential level. But that's not going to happen, and that's why I'm a pessimist in the fact that I look at like where we're currently at, and it's going to take a while for any change to really happen. So I'm not too worried about it. So that's why obviously, like a lot of people, I don't expect massive change anymore. But I'm not saying I won't do anything about it. Like I still going to support and protest and stuff like that. And I still feel the exact same way
that I
felt before.
Massive change is when there's going to be a mass population, like a mass wipeout. That's when there's the only time there's going to be change. Whether it's natural or government influence, there's going to be some sort of wipeout, and that's only going to force people to come together. And then they're still going to be separate, but together.
Like a war?
Or natural causes, or just like, bullshit, like alien invasion, supposedly, shit like that.
Or another disease like COVID.
Exactly.
You think COVID united us?
No, but it did. In a way,
I don't think it united us. I think it enlightened us, because throughout all this tumultuous times, you were able to see the people around you more. Because when there's stress involved, you really can tell systems and people apart.
Nah, I feel like because of COVID, they realized we can't just get up and go outside and see wherever we want. So we actually have to be like and think about people and be like, you know what? Let me give this person a call. Let me give this person a text. Before COVID, you'd be like, I'll run into them eventually. Or we'll meet up soon enough.
I mean, it was a big difference, though, because now everybody had to be just like you.
Oh, yeah. I just had no growing pains. That was like day as usual.
Yeah. For me, it was more so of an accelerated growth. Like, oh, snap, I could do everything I want now. Like, 100%. Like now I'm capable. Like now I don't have to say no to people.
Be like pandemic. Pandemic's the new no. Pandemic. COVID. Just say those things like
hey, you want to go out to eat to this new restaurant that's still open during this deadly pandemic that's been killing off people like flies? Nah, because of the pandemic, bruh. It's like I want to stay home by myself. It's like what? Why would you do that? Because there's a pandemic going on. And talking about pandemic, what were y'all doing in the pandemic? Were y'all like gaming or like watching shows, like binging on stuff?
Man, I was healing.
And I know for a fact I was learning, and I was also playing a lot of video games.
Man, I was thinking about what I wish I would have been doing, which I wish I would have been whittling wood already. Instead, I was doing research, working, playing some video games, trying to build some businesses.
Can you repeat that? You've been what? Fiddling wood?
Whittling. Wood whittling is what I just started. That's my new hobby.
What type of wood, boy? You better stop
Boy thought I said diddling. Nah, I'm wood whittling, boy. Using the sharp ways, and I wish I would have done that prior because I would have had some skills like 3, 4, 6, 5 months ago when I thought about it. But now I'm starting to do it. I'm about to have some fun with it. About to transform some wood into some sculptures or something.
Yeah, because you can transfer that skill over to like ice and stuff like that once you get good enough, no? Or stone.
Different material, but same concept. So yes, and different material, different tools, but similar concepts. It's just like art in general. Like once you learn how to draw, you then can branch off to different styles of drawing. So once I learned how to shape wood and craft with my hands, the dexterity and everything else will cross over. The understanding of material would be different. Why am I sound so? Yeah.
Now you're just gonna do that for fun, or like you gonna stream, you gonna sell your stuff, or you just like that hobby, you just like how it feels. Have you touched any of the wood materials that you would use, or just like you're enamored by the concept?
Enamored by the concept, and I'm just gonna sleep with some basswood at night, just like breathe it in, you know. So you want to always hold a nice piece of basswood. You can feel the texture. Just one day, I'm gonna wake up and be like, on the molecular scale, I'll understand how basswood forms.
But isn't wood expensive during the pandemic?
Hell no, it's cheap. I mean, it depends. The wood. I mean, that
lumber.
Is expensive.
Lumber expensive?
Yeah, it's lumber. It's lumber for building houses and stuff. Like that kind of wood is expensive. I ain't about to. That kind
what's
of wood.
The kind of wood that you're using? Is not the same.
No, I'm using this this basswood. Apparently is good.
Is that it?
Yeah, this basswood is apparently good for whittling because it's very soft, and so you're able to shape it easily. Amongst other things, so that's what I'm using. Man, that's what I wish I would have been doing during COVID time. But hey, I'm starting now.
Fred, you about to be Jesus, about to be a carpenter, bro.
maybe one day I'll go into like getting the chainsaws and get real serious about wood making. But for right now, I just want to make a little small hand size sculptures. You know, do a little crafting. I bet a lot of people started crafts during COVID time though.
Yeah, arts and crafts, probably selling them on Etsy and eBay and stuff like that, making some good pandemic money. You know what I'm saying? Because people love arts and crafts, so especially with Mother Nature and stuff like that. And then if you're able to actually not even be good at it, but just be consistent at it, because naturally you get skilled over time when you don't give up over something.
And this is a long term kind of thing right here. For sure.
And you being the individual that you try to, be the best person at all times, trying to get the best materials at all times. By the time that you actually gain those skills and you put those skills with the passion and the hard work, you know what I'm saying?
This is something for me to relax and meditate too.
But can you draw?
Like I wish I would have done that earlier. Can you draw?
No,
can I draw? Nah, I mean, can I draw like a straight line? Or like draw, like literally draw. Like I can do neither of those things.
It's like, do any of those come into play?
I mean, you got to be able to. You have to be able to mark your wood so you know where your cuts are going to be at, like just like rough drafts, but not too particular. Just like what
So you could be a bad drawer and a good whittler.
Yeah, and that's why I chose a craft where I don't have to have skills I'm not good with. Like I'm not good with drawing. I can't draw a straight line sometimes. I got to use a ruler. I know some of y'all out there with me. What's up? Ruler gang.
Yeah, for me it's too hard.
I appreciate the skill. I appreciate that skill a lot.
My imagination is too vivid. So when it's like how you are with your perfectionist mindset. That's how I am when drawing. Like it's not good enough the moment I come up with it. So it's just like, oh, I'm infuriated. Like it's not coming out how I have it in my head. Like my hands don't match what I have in my head. So it just pisses me off whenever I try drawing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave this for my nephew or for somebody else that knows what the heck they're doing.
I completely feel you. And I just want to say, holding this basswood in my hands while we record, it's taken the life of me not to just use one of my knives to just start scraping at it. I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever.
Have you done enough research on how to actually cut?
Yeah. I know the basics. I haven't tried it though because I just got my wood today. You feel me? I mean, I had wood on me, but I just got this wood.
Do you know the idea of what you're gonna be drawing or creating for the first couple of blocks?
I'm just gonna be practicing the cuts, man. Just like with anything you learn the basics, master the basics, then everything else will become easier. So I'm just gonna spend like the first few weeks just mastering the basic cuts, and I'll do a few basic projects. It's gonna be day one whittling. Just like I know this is gonna be my new hobby over time for the next few years. I know you're trying to pick up flutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, flute playing back when I was in the band at Ed White Middle School, man. Man, I knew I was the best flute player. Like, I mean, I don't even like to toot my horn like that, but man, I was, and only because I used to listen to the band director. Like, I felt like I was one of the only people that that was actually listen to what he's saying. Like, if you want to be a good player for a flute or any wind instruments, you have to have a very good lung capacity. If you don't have very good lung capacity, you're not going to be that good.
Man,
And even
breath
if
game strong.
yeah, and even if you don't have one, you can still play a lot of soundtracks and stuff like that. And he showed us a lot of different tips and techniques. But you know how kids are during those times, the kind of jokes and roasts I would have to put up with in that room, man. Yo, I used to have to use my flute as a freaking lightsaber, bro.
Bro,
Like
what, fam?
anybody talk trash, it's like you come next to me, I'm breaking this on your head, bro. It's
As a
like,
kid in general, being in a band in general, I'd assume is difficult. Like with
heck,
especially in that kind of school we went to.
yeah, like you like the guys who played the drums, they always thought that they were the ish. You're like, oh, we the backbone of the band. Without us, it ain't nothing. Da 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 da. And then you got the trumpet players that's like, oh nah, we got the this and that. And it's just like, why can't we just agree that if we all play together, we make some good music? Why
Oh,
you?
there got to be a hierarchy. Everything requires a hierarchy.
No, there was a hierarchy because the flute
No,
players.
I'm talking about internally because everyone humans need a hierarchy.
Oh
And flute
yeah,
players are the easiest ones to target because you're a flute player.
yeah, and at the time I
The
was like,
pipes.
guys, we're the first. Like, we were always the first to enter anything. We were always the first to like sit in the front row. Like you would see the flute players before you saw everybody else. So I was like, I mean, yeah, you can use that as a justification, but like nobody is gonna remember who you are. That was my comeback. It's like no one's gonna remember. Like we were sitting at the front, you know. But yeah, and the reason I'm getting back into it because I started to realize, like, forget what those people used to say about me and whatever, because I knew that I could play my instrument way better than any of them. And if I did their instrument and I had the same focus and dedication to that, I could play it as well. But realizing now, like I would probably still choose a flute over anything because you can't be overly too loud. You know what I'm saying? It's like a controlled energy output, because with it's just like with taekwondo that I'm picking up now too. It's like you can't just like use 100% force on a consistent basis. You have to have a lot of control in order to be very effective with it.
At what you do, yeah. What about you, Justin? You got any new hobbies you added on to your life?
No.
Are you still on the music grind? Just making the music still is amazing.
Yeah, that's my new hobby, literally. Everything else
Pumping
I've
out the
been doing,
beats.
like I hike, I fucking play basketball, I do every other sport, this and that, So I think a new hobby that I'm actually gonna focus more on is not bodybuilding, but compact, like heavy lifting.
Oh, you gonna spend more time in the gym?
Yeah, I want to transform.
Wait, you trying to be a transformer?
No, I want to transform like a little caterpillar,
Oh, he trying to get the butterfly muscles, eh?
Hey,
Hey, bro, for real. Like I'm
here today, gone tomorrow.
Gotta see. Depending on your diet.
It's so true.
Like real talk, because that's all hobbies are is where you enjoy spending your time at.
Mm-hmm.
What you enjoy doing with it. That's what I realized is that if you can enjoy what you're doing, and that's why I picked up this hobby, then it's more beneficial than you focusing on just like working your life away or making more money. I'm glad I learned that earlier in life. I'll definitely going down the trajectory of like just work really hard to try to make as much money as possible, and missing out on like enjoying my time on the worth, And especially in these young years, I really should be enjoying myself in these young years. So just wasting my time trying to make money and I'm not saying making money and spending time hustling hard is bad. It's just there should be balance.
Yeah, without balance, you're just an extremist.
And so I'm leaning into my hobbies. And that's why whittling is something I wanted to do for many months during COVID, but I put it off because of the price to get into it. And then as well, it's like it takes so much time. Like whittling takes time to get good at, but that's what it is for. It's for you to like just spend time just enjoying the craft, relaxing.
Yeah, it's like how people do with fishing. Like they're not doing it to like make $1,000 or like catch thousands of fish. It's a good like it's like almost a good way to do nothing.
yeah, exactly. And but it provides an outcome. So I can literally provide an outcome of my wood afterwards, where I shape it into.
But if you're gonna do it like and dedicate yourself to it, are you gonna start like getting other people involved and getting them to join your hobbies or stuff like that, or are you just doing it for yourself?
I think I'm doing it for myself, but I think it'll be fun. Like I have other whittlers. Like I'm about to have so much fun with that word whittle. If I can get some other whittlers to join me, whether whether in person or online or something, you know, I can give me some whittle buddies. Like I'm thinking about streaming on Twitch, just my wood whittling, like day one whittle, like whittle me away, the whittler. I'm sorry, I got a lot of puns for whittling.
Just that one, I think you just go viral with just wood whittler.
Just straight basic new age whittling.
The wood whittler. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I may just put it put it out there. And of course, I'm gonna post them once I whittle and actually make some. I'm gonna do day one whittle. Be like, hey, I turned this block into a smaller block. Day one. It's gonna be. So I'm gonna definitely post my whittling journey because it's gonna be a fun thing for me. I'm leaning completely into it as my new hobby, so I'm excited about it. It's something I don't have to have expectations on, but I can completely delve into it and enjoy it.
Yeah, and if you take like progressive pictures, like if it takes you like let's say 2 weeks to accomplish something, you could like take progressive pictures and either do on your story or put them all together in like a collage type of thing, where it's like a boomerang or a GIF or whatever. And like it started like this block, and then as it progressed, it's like it just transforms into the finished product, and it's like, yeah, your boy did that, the wood whittler.
Oh yeah.
Whittle me this. How long do you think it took to whittle this away?
Oh snap! Yeah, you could do that too. It'd be like,
I got a lot of whittle puns. Like, dude, I got a lot of whittle puns, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna save them for when I actually use them.
And then you could be like, whittle me this. Whoever guesses right gets a whittle version.
Oh my god! Hey, real talk. I can do raffles on my whittle gear.
Right, gets my wood.
Yo,
oh my god, yo, for real though, I can do raffles for my whittling, man. Like once I get good enough, I can raffle my whittling away.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That actually would be fun.
The Instagram post is just at the bottom, asterisk, pause. Not that kind of wood.
Oh my god, yo, crazy thought, guys, crazy thought. Now imagine if we combined all three of our hobbies. So, for example, I can whittle a sculpture, right? Mm-hmm. Then Rafi can play a flute. And Justin, you can put the flute together into a song, and we can make a music box. So when they open it, and the whittled wood sculpture is in there, it plays the music that you two made.
Oh my god!
It could literally be a like that, and that could be a hobby we have, and they could make a product.
We're just missing the engineer that can make it happen.
Not an engineer, more like a problem solver, which we all are. So I mean,
like you're talking about
this is a hobby stuff. This is not trying
music, right?
Yeah. So all we need is. For example, it's not too difficult. We need like a Black Pi chipset, something like that we can make that plays the music. Yeah, BlackBerry Pi that we can play the music. We could outsource the box and stuff like from China, like everyone else does something. And like even if we don't sell it, we could be that could be gifts, or like for example, we have a group, everyone gets one, stuff like that. That can be fun things that we could do with our fun hobbies.
Internal group. Mm-hmm. Like everybody gets a specific one. Now, are you gonna create one box per, or what specifically are you doing? Like, are you gonna get China to like mass produce what's inside the box too, or
no? I would do limited times. Like I would curate it. Like the reason I thought of this idea, I like combining things that I like together to make a project out of it, and work on this one project, whittling this one thing, and then you guys make a certain type of song with the flute. Like we could.
I mean, I'm pretty sure somewhere in Alabama you can find somewhere that you can outsource this on the cheap too. Alabama's pretty cheap.
Outsource what? Like boxes?
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, for sure. I know somebody who actually makes wood, like straight wood boxes. Yeah. Like that's one of their things. So
you can just easily network with them. Yeah, easily network and be like, hey, And after you finish this, listen, I got another problem I can solve. Listen, I'm over 6 feet tall and I got problems with chairs. I got problems with desks. Could you do some custom stuff too?
Hey man, like get some wood whittling, get an actual person who can make me a chair. Then I'll just need a leather man to get me some leather. Like fam,
Ooh.
we can go real old school, fam. Like
Yeah, you just
I
gotta go
definitely
to a
want to get
farmer
into
and be
that
like,
kind of
hey,
space.
hey, farmer, you got any leather skin? You know what I'm saying?
I enjoy
'Cause
things with my hands, but I stayed away from it so long, and now that I'm going back into it, I'm genuinely excited.
and it's kind of funny because since you played a lot of video games, you don't know it, but you have very good eye-hand coordination.
That is true, yeah. But I'm excited. Hobbies are a great thing to have, and definitely good thing to spend some time on because it definitely frees your mind up from the real stress of life and other things you got going on. Because you gotta have some time away to something you enjoy that's not work related.
And
Which I know a lot of people do, but it got to be at least something worthwhile.
And talking about stuff that people use to waste time.
How do you like it so far? Don't forget to reach out via social media and suggest the next hot topics to argue about.
And that people enjoy. Yo, Netflix is including free video games for their subscribers. That's something I never would have thought that I would have seen. One, Netflix getting into video games, and two, for free.
And are they like what kind of video games are they talking about? Like, they're talking about mobile phones?
I'm thinking that too. Like, I'm thinking like at some point they're gonna up it like to 20, 30, 40 bucks a month. Because it's like, no way in heck you're gonna be offering free video games. Like, they hired one of the guys from EA to get on board and start.
Oh, they're real serious.
Yeah. They started that project. I was like, oh.
What happened to Redbox? That reminds me of Redbox. You remember Redbox? They used to be outside like Walgreens and CVS and stuff. Does that still exist? Because that's what Netflix did now. Because Redbox used to rent out video games and movies, and now Netflix could literally be Redbox, but you pay subscription. That's what I thought about when you said they offer games now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I used to think that Netflix was just gonna stick strictly to just like content on a visual end. You know, and if they do video games, they might as well just get into music too.
I wouldn't be surprised they eventually get into streaming, like podcasting at least. I'm genuinely surprised Netflix didn't get into podcasting already. That's what all the other major conglomerations for media is getting into right now, is throwing money into podcasters.
I mean, they said that they're not interested in live sports, but they're interested in video games. That's how you know for a fact that esports is going to be a very big.
Oh my God, that is true. Yeah. Video games in general, because once they come more and more mainstream as they are getting, then the sport behind it will grow as well. Just like with basketball, the more people who play the game, the more people will want to watch it at a higher level.
The more they'll respect the people that can do it at a high level on a consistent basis. Because when they when everybody has
they can't do it.
Yes, when everybody has access to play, you know, let's say like League of Legends or whatever, and then you see somebody do a pentakill and you've been playing forever and you haven't even got a double or a triple kill. It's like, damn, that dude got a pentakill? How he do that? How he do that? And it'd be funny if people that have TVs that only have like the controls that move left, up, down, right, or whatever. I'm trying to play like complicated games on the video game plans.
Yo, you remember them old little gaming stations that come with like the 3 RGA prongs that you plug into your TV and it's just a joinstick that's like 99 and 1 games? Yeah. Yo, Netflix about to be like that, fam. They gonna send us a controller Joy-Con, we plug it into Netflix. I'm over there with little Joy-Con playing some pinball. Like what? I like what is that? How are you gonna play the game using your TV remote? Like, what are we doing here? What kind of games are they gonna throw up in there? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting thing once they start to roll that out. You know, I know their shareholders, when they saw that, they must have been like, ka-ching, I see growth in this.
That's a new market. That's what they saw.
They're not only is that a new market, they're about to be top dog in that market. They're going to be the cream of the crop because I'm pretty sure they're going to start investing a lot into developing that into a real like profitability thing. Like,
they have to already have seen where they're going to get profit from, or else they wouldn't have made this huge change. We just haven't seen it yet. I'm curious though.
They're not increasing costs. That's the biggest thing that's jumping out to me. Like, how are they not increasing costs? Like, they're hiring.
Because if they increase costs, they probably lose the clientele they need to test their new products. So why increase costs just yet? They need to retain customers for right now. Because the more people on this on Netflix right now, the more information they can glean to then charge more money so they can see how much they can get it for. You know,
Yeah, because
that's what I'm thinking about, probably.
They're specifically targeting mobile gamers. So I'm pretty sure like they might like create or draft their own like Angry Birds or like stuff like that. And then or I think they're gonna do like how The Walking Dead had that interactive story mode thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you like I don't know if you ever
I forgot the name it was called. I've seen it, but I don't never
I played it before. I played it before on the iPhone because they had like a day or whatever where it was free and you could play like Walking Dead and you had your own story and you could do left and right and change the story. I'm pretty sure like they're gonna start doing stuff like that. And like, you know, for the shows that I would like to have that kind of opportunity would definitely be the Black Carbon.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. Being able to have like multiple lives
and transport through them.
Yeah, can you imagine what kind of video game that'd be? That'd be lit.
You know what kind of had a lot of hype, similar to like what Netflix is doing right now with the gaming world, but shut down quick, was the VR gaming things.
Oh yeah, they have been
VR
real silent
gaming.
lately. They've not been.
Yeah.
Wait, with VR? Where?
Like in general, right?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about VR in a while, man. Like people playing that still. Like I'm curious. Like I wonder if it's the price point. I mean, it's only like how much is it, like 600, 700, 500?
Yeah, this is definitely the price point.
I mean, people buy PS4s and stuff. I don't know because I guess you got to get the PC first, and then you have to get into VR, or you get like PlayStation.
You have to get
a
computer that can run this.
No, you can do VR for.
Yeah, I haven't heard many people playing it a lot though. Yeah, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, no, but the amount of people that would get it on there versus the PC is it's different. Like, it's like 100 to 1 type of thing. Because to think about it, most people that get an Xbox and a PlayStation, they're not getting it for a VR, and it's because
when I say software, I mean like the games. Yeah, I mean like the games are like not as innovative as they could be. You know, like just like when PCs and stuff and everything first came out, the games were real shitty first, and so just like that, it's a whole new platform of game types. So I give it like good 5 years before like real amazing games start coming out. You know they're gonna, you have your big bangers that just came out with it, such as like Pavlov and like that Skyrim one. But of course there's gonna be limitations as well. Yeah, like the big titles for VR.
The best one was the one with Steam.
I'm not talking about like I'm talking about like games, like the big games.
Yeah. Steam launched a game for VR. Half-Life Alex, there it is.
Oh yeah, Alex, yeah.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 on Steam, 92% PC.
Yeah, see that's what I'm talking about. There's big bang gamers, but I mean like those are very far and few between to make it worth buying at this point. It's still a niche concept based on what I'm saying.
Yes, it's definitely a niche and there's not enough people and
oh my god. One second. That just made me think of something. Have y'all looked at Steam's offering like a handheld game thing station?
Yeah, I saw that. It's completely ripped off Nintendo.
Yeah, and I'm just like I don't care. Like where's the PSP? Where's the Yeah, it's like it has some of the specs the same of a computer. You can play like the Steam games but handheld. They don't have like the price of what it could be, but you can like reserve one for $5. I think they have an estimated price. Look it up, see what it look like right now, price wise. Steam Deck. Yep, Steam Deck. But yeah, I'm like, yo, PlayStation, though. Sony, yo, we need another PSP because the games you'll have on there, like I want to play Call of Duty, but on a PSP handheld places. Like my guy, like I want to play some Need for Speed, some Tekken on a handheld again. I don't even play video games like that anymore, but I would do it. I'll go outside and play some video games. Like if you give me, you give me a PSP, man.
I mean, get a Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is overpriced.
Nintendo games, I don't like them. I don't like Nintendo game, man. I don't want to play no Mario or Zelda. No offense to all y'all, I know y'all are like, and I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the listener. There is so many people who are like cultist followers for Nintendo, and I don't mean to insult you. It's just not my
That's how
games.
they make their money, from people that are just riding the wave.
Yeah, they cultists from young. They build their children up to like Nintendo games.
But I feel like every kind of video game system has their niche. Like Sony, you're going for M-rated games.
Yeah, a lot of multiplayer, a lot of storyline, a lot of like real good.
Nintendo, you're going for a lot of G and PG rated games. You're going for a lot of family oriented.
A lot of the arcade type. Yep, that did never be me.
Yeah, you're not really going for like I was surprised when I started seeing Nintendo having like blood and gore games. Like, there's Call of Duty on Nintendo. Like, what? And then when I saw the PlayStation start doing family friendly stuff, like when they had the PlayStation All Stars and they had Kratos, the God of War, get defeated by like this paper dude, I was like, okay.
Remember when the Wii, had Metal Gear or something like that? Not Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear
It was
Solid,
like it was like a Metal Gear Solid, or was it?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
That's
With
not what I'm
the
talking
Snake
about. Though.
Man.
I'm talking about like it was like a Call of Duty kind of game almost, and you had to use like the Wii controllers and hold like a gun, just like the VR handheld one with like the Wii. That was like the most action kind of packed game that I like on like Nintendo. But again, it didn't play well because you had to like
bow
hold
and
it.
arrow.
No, it was like an actual gun. Like you were actually using like M1 Grand, and they had you using like other like M16 and stuff like that. I don't remember the name of it. It was like a game similar to Call of Duty, but I don't think it was that genre. I mean that. Oh, James Bond. It was a Bond. It was a Bond game. It was a Bond game. That's what it was.
Yeah, but I
That
still
was
feel
fun.
like
That was fun.
I still feel like the Steam
Yeah,
Deck
it was fun.
is way too overpriced for what it brings to the table.
Bro, I'll have to wait and see because they got a lot. They have a lot to show, and I'm like, how is the game's going to transfer over playing it on a controller? There's a lot left to see. Like they only released a few information regarding. I want to see some people
And
have it and do some video
wonder if
reviews
it's going
and
to be
stuff.
cross-platform too.
You mean like be able to play like Xbox and PC games and stuff, or
Not like Steam Deck being able to have like, let's say, Counter-Strike on and being able to play with PC dudes.
yeah, I do wonder that. I wonder how the online version though. Like I know like works with like Steam games for like single player and stuff. That's why I wonder where does the online aspect come in, or if they even considered that.
I mean, I know they definitely that because I'm thinking, how am I gonna, crap on people on my
With
computer.
the controller, fam? What?
I'll be like, hey, y'all playing the Steam Deck? I got a mouse and a keyboard. What's up?
Yo, imagine 5 people on Steam Deck. That's what I'm wondering, man. Like, how is this gonna affect? Like, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting because that they have to literally code that all in for some games to run on there correctly. So that's why I'm curious what their limitations are, because there got to be limitations. But all I've heard is good things. I want to know how it works and what games are really going to be able to play well on it and which games aren't. I'll decide if I actually want one or not.
I know for a fact I don't like handheld games like that. Once I got a gaming rig, I was like, mouse and keyboard is for me. Although I will say, as an owner of a VR headset, VR games are very compelling, but they just don't have. There's not enough that have that boom. It's not a seamless integration. It's more it's more so like they're just doing it just because the technology is there, like you mentioned, like it's first, second generation of gaming. They don't have it, like they barely have first person shooters effectively. Like, can you imagine once they're able to like have first person shooters with VR? Like, dude,
Man.
the moment they have multiplayer first person shooters with VR headset, that's going to be like, especially like if like Call of Duty picks up a VR game.
Damn,
Or Activision, Activision.
I'm like, once technology catches up and they're able to make some real good stuff, and once I know they're working on like the treadmill, the gyro treadmill that runs in all 3 directions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So once they do those kind of things, I think VR is going to pop off way more.
Yeah, that'd be even crazier. Especially like, think about it, a 5v5 VR, and like the way that the world is going, that could be like in the Olympics in like less than 2 decades.
Exactly. Plus, it'll be more physical, so maybe people will respect it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is different than the keyboard warriors. We gotta be in shape and know how to shoot.
Like legitimate, yeah. Yeah, I've been going to the shooting range to practice and stuff. Like, what you do? Oh, I'm a professional shooter in video games.
Can you imagine though if professional esport teams recruit like Marines and stuff like that? Like, especially like for
that
Olympics
would be crazy.
And
The
stuff
crossover,
like
the crossover would be crazy.
Yeah, like you're getting the best sharpshooters from the military to join your esports team to represent the United States versus insert whatever country comes in second.
Yeah, the crossplay would be crazy because the muscle memory would be crazy as well.
Unless
that's honestly, I'd say 10 years. 10 years is enough time for them to figure that kind of stuff out, like technology wise. And I mean, like by that I mean like the gyro, little trackpad thingy, foot little treadmill majiggy, and other pieces. I think 10 years would be dope for that kind of stuff.
It's like, do you think that people would be able to like game all night doing stuff like that?
Hey,
Like
less
running
fat
all night?
gamers. You can't be fat and enjoy the game. You can begin some workouts. Be like, yo, I got to take a shower. I just finished sweating. I'll play. What are you doing? I'll playing a competitive match.
Yeah, it's like, this is competitive. I had to play for real, man.
Hey, they got to lose weight without not even because they want to get good at the game. Be like, I got.
Yeah, I had 17 kills, 2 deaths. Yeah, they couldn't kill me. I was ducking and dodging. I was running. I did my cardio training. They couldn't hit me. I know there was a lot of other people, unhealthy people on the other team.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be similar to when We Fit came out. When We Fit came out.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff, you feel me?
Well, you know, when you have things like that are going on, you just got to make a decision. Like, am I going to pull the plug? Am I going to wait for the next generation? And then once the new generation does come through, it's like, at what point do you I know for a fact, I can't wait until like, you know, MMORPGs come out, like real good ones. Not just the ones that are out right now. Cause I played some of them that are out right now. They're all right. They feel mostly like how, Pokemon Red came out and stuff like that. And it's like, if I was a kid, I'd be thrilled, but as an adult, it's like, you gotta do a little bit better to catch my attention and my money. Like, I'm not just dropping. I'm not just dropping it because you first generation. You gotta wow me. Yo, can you imagine zombies? You got a whole squad.
Like, video games are gonna be so dope in 10 years from now or so.
Yeah,
back in my day, we played video games on TV. Now you play them in real life.
Yeah, you playing them for real.
Not even we played video games with sticks.
Like what? Like what?
That's gonna be such an amazing thing.
In 10 years, we're gonna have Jarvis.
Ooh,
yeah, I should evolve in 2 years by now.
Yeah,
I don't know that far. But definitely to a way better extent than we have now, man. Siri is gonna listen to me when I speak, at least.
And I just saw like the other day, like ESPN showed that there's some VR headsets that allow you to inflict pain or feel pain. Like, I saw one where a guy put an extra thing on his headset, and like every time he got hit or whatever, it would like shock him in the head. Like, he was boxing or whatever, and I was like, I don't know if I want that though. Especially like if they do some like Mike Tyson level or Rocky kind of game where it's like you're like hard mode, like that uppercut hits you, man. You gave yourself a black eye buying that game, buying that expensive equipment. They'll be like, hey, how'd you get that black eye, Fred? It's like, man, this video game. It's like, yeah, man, I was trying to fight Mike Tyson, man, and he slept me, bro.
Like, oh my god, that would be interesting though. See, that stuff we can do already. Like, if we wanted to add pain to the game, all we have to do is program it in and put on something that either shocks you, stabs you, or something. That's simple. Simple to add on now, anyway.
Well, you know, I'm just overjoyed that technology, I feel like it's finally going in a positive light in a world that's so dark and there's so many sad things going on. Netflix is trying to give us hope, trying to give us some free games, free way to take off the mind that in a couple of months, like Justin said, they're going to increase the pricing crazily. Once people start getting addicted to playing, it's like, hey, if you want to keep these free games, the plan subscription just going to go up by $5, $10, $15. But the games are still free.
That's what I wonder. Are they going to do head more for the mobile market? Because it'll be easier to just launch games on the mobile market than anything else. A whole new meaning to Netflix and chill, fam. Be like, I'm Netflix and chilling with the boys tonight. Like, what you talking about? Be like, nah, we playing the games. It's Netflix game night. What you mean? I'll leave it nice and questionable.
Have a good ring to it, man.
They're gonna have to come up with a new term, something besides Netflix and chill.
With the boys or with the girls?
With the boys. So with the girls, it can stay Netflix and chill. But when you game with the boys on Netflix, it's got to be something else.
Don't
worry, it'll come. Leave it to the internet. The internet will come up with it.
Well, in regards to wrapping this up, what y'all got going on that other people can hop onto? Y'all got any interesting projects coming up?
Right. Stay tuned. Music and writing. Yes, sir.
Blink blow. You, Fred, what you got going on?
Definitely keep an eye out. I'm gonna be launching my coaching business very soon, within the next week. Probably, I don't know, whenever this podcast comes out, I probably have already started.
Yeah, this is gonna be like
check
coming
that
out
out.
in like
Check
August or
that out.
September.
I'm trying to change some people's lives after my life's been changed. And also, once I start whittling, I'm gonna whittle on Saturdays, trying for like 2 to 4 hours on Saturdays. Man, come check out the whittle stream. Whittle me this. We could learn to whittle together. Whittle movement, man. The whittle movement is alive and well, man.
Yo,
Hey, come learn how to navigate this piece of wood here. This nice, beautiful basswood together with me. And trust me, man, it's gonna be day one whittling. We're gonna start off with like the basic cuts, okay?
What if your fan base is mainly country white people?
Hey, man, if they vibing with the whittling, I don't mind, man. Whittle up. Whittle up, boy.
That's so funny. I have a feeling that's going to be your surprising
my demographic.
You're just going to have to get into country music.
I'll be like Whittle Gang. I want to say Whittle Gang, and all my country boys will be like Whittle Gang.
You're gonna have a lot of people just be like, man, did you see that black boy, man? He was cutting stuff up, man. I would be just so afraid if he had a knife next to me.
Oh my God, fam! What Whittle City out here, boy? What about you?
Me, I'm always, producing content. I got the NicoPengin.com website, trying to get on a consistent basis a blog post in English y también en español. Ya ustedes saben que lo que. You know what I'm saying? Doing it big because I like to put my thoughts out there, even though people hate my thoughts. And then, of course, I try to drop out this Argue Bros on a consistent basis. We're trying to drop it on Wednesdays consistently because that's how we know that people are listening, as well as, you can listen to my stories. You can read my books and finally launch the comic. And we're just consistently trying to improve every day. Other than that, it was a fun episode talking about how corrupt officials are corrupt, how Netflix is expanding, and how Fred is about to be a whittler. Argue Bros, out.
Peace.
You've been listening to Argue Bros. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and leave us a review to let us know what you think. Keep listening and we'll catch up with you next week.